It's almost 20 years since their leader has been able to say this.
Back in government, and not just any government, a majority Conservative government.
So, election 1, priorities to set out. First, housing.
When we got a generation of hard-working men and women in their 20s and 30s who are waking up each morning in their childhood bedrooms, that should be a wake-up call for us. We need a national crusade to get homes built. Now that means banks lending, government releasing land, and yes, planning being reformed.
He also said the European Union was too big and too bossy. The government will order 4 new Trident submarines that carry nuclear weapons, and the UK must play its part in defeating the Islamic State group in Syria. On Labour and its new leader Jeremy Corbyn, he was scathing.
My friends, we cannot let that man inflict his security-threatening, terrorist-sympathising, Britain-hating ideology on this country we love.
The Prime Minister said he found it a lonely moment to learn about terrorist plots against this country and its people, particularly when the terrorists are themselves British.
It makes me sick to my stomach. Girls not much older than my eldest daughter swapping loving family homes and straight-A futures for a life of servitude under ISIL in a land of violence and oppression. Boys who could do anything they want to in Britain, who've benefited from all this country stands for, instead ending up in the desert wielding a knife.
There's another theme that's dominated this conference. It boils down to who will be our next Prime Minister. Will it be the Chancellor, George Osborne, London's Mayor, Boris Johnson, or the Home Secretary, Theresa May, or even someone else? I'm not going anywhere yet, said Mr Cameron.
We're only halfway through. And for me, that has a very literal meaning. I can say something today that perhaps no Prime Minister has ever really been able to say before. I'm starting the second half of my time in this job. And as you know, I'm not going to fight another election as your leader, so I don't have the luxury of unlimited time. And let me tell you, I am in just as much of a hurry as I was 5 years ago.
This was a speech David Cameron clearly enjoyed giving, a speech victory at the election allowed and defeat would have denied him. That's why these activists are smiling and applauding, but they know, he knows, with a small majority, governments won't be straightforward.